Hey everyone. Have you ever felt like your prayers were going unanswered, like you're crying out to God, asking Him to show up in a big way, but it seems like He's silent? I think we've all been there at some point. It's like we're praying and praying, but nothing seems to be changing. It's tough not to feel discouraged and frustrated, but here's the thing. God's provision is a beautiful reminder that He's always working behind the scenes, orchestrating events to bring about His best for us. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life and forget that He's always providing for us, even when we don't see it. His provision is not just about meeting our physical needs, but also about providing hope and guidance in times of uncertainty. Sometimes, in those moments when it feels like God is absent, doubt creeps in. We start to wonder if God really cares about us, if He's really listening to our prayers. We might even start to question His goodness, but I want you to know that you're not alone in feeling this way. Many believers have been there, and it's okay to acknowledge those feelings. The thing is, God's timing is often different from ours. We want immediate answers, but He often takes His time. And it's in that waiting period that our faith is tested. We're forced to trust Him, even when we don't see the answers we're looking for. It's like we're saying, God, I trust you even when I don't understand what's going on. As we wait, it's essential to remember that God's provision is often tied to our faith and patience. He wants us to trust Him, to believe that He's working everything out for our good. And I think that's where the struggle is, waiting for Him to show up. The Bible is full of stories of God's provision in response to prayer. Think about Abraham and Isaac. God provided a ram to save Isaac's life. Or think about the Israelites in the wilderness. God provided manna to sustain them. These stories show us that God is a God of provision, and He's always working to provide for His people. In the story of Abraham, we see that God provided a way out of a seemingly impossible situation. And that's what He often does. He provides a way out, even when we don't see it. It's like we're stuck in a situation and we don't know what to do, but God provides a solution. One of the most powerful examples of God's provision is in the story of the widow of Zarephath. She was on the brink of starvation, but God provided for her through the prophet Elijah. He showed up in a big way, providing for her needs and sustaining her through a difficult time. As I look back on my own life, I can see God's provision in so many ways. There was a time when I was struggling financially, and God provided a job that helped me get back on my feet. It was a miracle, and it reminded me of His faithfulness. In 2 Corinthians 9:8 it says, "And God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work." This verse reminds us that God is able to bless us abundantly, and that His provision is always available to us. So, let's recap. God's provision is the answer to our prayers, but it often requires faith and patience. We've seen biblical examples of God's provision, and we've explored the emotional struggle of waiting for answers. If you've been encouraged by this video, I want to hear about it. Share your own story of God's provision in the comments below. And if you're looking for more content on faith and prayer, be sure to check out our next video, How to Pray Effectively and See Results. Thanks for watching.